Yo guys, welcome back to LeadFoot TV. So today I am going to try some bigger wheels on the MX5. So I'm going from these 15s and trying these 17s. So yeah, we'll see how much of a difference it makes. Yeah, so I am removing the 15s, mainly because they've got like budget tyres on. To be fair, actually, I've driven pretty hard on them and they've not been too bad, but yeah, the wheels just starting to look a bit scabby, and they could do with the refurb, and I'll, if I'm being totally honest, can't really be bothered refurbing them. So yeah, that one isn't too bad, but yeah, like this one, they're just starting to look a bit of a mess. They could do with a good repaint. But I picked up these a while ago, and I was originally just going to flip them, so I was going to buy them and sell them on eBay, and try and make a little bit of money on them. They're just calibers, so they're just cheap wheels, but I thought while I've got them, I may as well try them on the MX5. I prefer the bigger wheels on the Mark II. Usually, like if I had a Mark 1, I'd probably run like 15s or 14s or something, but I think the Mark II looks better with bigger wheels, so I'm going to try these 17s on them and see how they go. And they've got some better tyres on there. The back ones are running Eagle F1s, and I think the front ones are on Falcons, which are not amazing, but they're better than event tyres. So yeah, and just the wheel overall looks a lot cleaner. Some of them have got a little bit of curbing on them, but I'm just going to touch them up with like a just get a little brush and touch up the edges. But yeah, let's try it on. I'm just going to walk home and get some wheel nuts. I have some TGR wheel nuts to go on them, so I'm just going to quickly nip home and get those, and then we'll stick the wheels on and see what it looks like. That's the first one on. It obviously sits super high because I think it's been lowered like 25-30 mil on apex springs, so it's not very low. I'm gonna change them for coilovers. I wasn't sure whether I was gonna change them for coilovers like straight away, but after taking the wheel off and having a look at the bottom shock bush, it probably needs doing sooner rather than later, because the bushes are absolutely knackered. And rather than changing the bushes, I may as well just get a full set of coilovers, because that's eventually what I was planning on doing anyway. So yeah, that's the front one and that's the back one. Obviously it sits well too high. I think once I get it coilovers on and get it lowered, though, it should look pretty good. It definitely looks a lot cleaner than the front one. The front ones are so scabby. Yeah, you can see the state of those is pretty minging. So yeah, I think it definitely looks better. It just needs to go a lot lower. These are the TGR wheel nuts. These are super cool. Yeah, check these out. So they're made of steel, they're not made of aluminium like most wheel nuts, and yeah, really cool product. I actually bought these, and then I've contacted them since to see if we can do a discount code on them, because like I was so impressed with the end product, because yeah, I really hate using cheap aluminium wheel nuts. So hopefully by the time the video goes live, there'll be a discount code. If there is, it's in the description down below. But yeah, TGR, that's their website, tgrmotorsport.com, and yeah, they're really cool. So they come with a key for tightening it up, so they've all used the key, so they're all kind of in a way a locking wheel nut. And yeah, and then you have these end caps that go in the end, and you can get the end caps in loads of different colors. So you can pick the end cap colors. You can actually get the wheel nuts in like a chrome black, which looks really cool. I actually bought a set of the black ones with red end caps for my Civic Type R. They look really good. And then yeah, those end caps just screw in with little Allen key tool. Yeah, but yeah, really cool product. If you're interested in them, go to tgrmotorsport.com and just check the link down below. Hopefully we've got a discount code when the video goes live. Yeah, so see what I mean about the bushes on the shocks. Absolutely knackered. I've never seen any that bad before. Yeah, so screwed. It looks like it's been sat in the sea for about 10 years. Yeah, so obviously I'm going to have to get some coilovers at some point, because those bushes need changing. I could just change the bush, but It needs lowering anyway, and I'd prefer coilovers for the track so I can get it set up right. So yeah, they need changing, and then I think a lot of the bushes are going to need redoing. Looks like it's been a long time since it's had a track rod end on it as well. The bushes, the boot's starting to crack a little bit. So yeah, got all that to sort out. I found a hole here as well, which is not good because that'll fail its MOT, despite it actually only just having an MOT, which is annoying. It wasn't actually that bad until I poked it, so yeah, that needs patching up as well. So got both wheels on. Looks pretty decent apart from being a little bit too high, but definitely looks cleaner than it did before. I'm not totally convinced by the style of the wheel, but like I say, they're not going to be the permanent wheels. I'm going to try and get some really nice, genuine JDM wheels for it at some point. It's kind of just to give me a feel of whether I wanted 17s or 16s. Yeah, as you can see, they sit a little bit far in, so I found these 5mm spacers in the garage, so I'm going to just chuck a spacer on it just to make it slightly better. It's not going to bring it flush or anything, but it'll just bring it out a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to just chuck those on as well and just, yeah, bring it out a little bit. Yeah, so just whip the back wheel off again to put spacer in the back as well, and I just thought I'd show you the rust up here. I don't know if it'll pick it up because the light's a bit funny, but yeah, it's really going up here. Yeah, I think it's gonna need a brand new arch in it pretty soon, so yeah, I think that it's going to need a lot of welding. I've got a feeling when I take the skirts off, even though it's meant to have had sills put in it, I don't think it's going to have been done to a very high standard. So I've got a feeling I'm probably going to have to put some new arches, new sills in the car, get that patch sorted in the floor that you will have seen in the last video when I did the seats, and then yeah, there's a hole in the front arch. I haven't had a look at the other side yet, so we'll see what we find on the other side. But yeah, look at it. The bushes on the suspension on the back here are just as bad. So yeah, it just needs a good overhaul. It's got a year's MOT on it at the moment, so I'm not in a rush to get everything done all in one go. I can just do little jobs at a time, but yeah, it does need a few little bits and pieces sorting on it before the next MOT. So yeah, I'll get this wheel on now, and we'll and then I'll spin the car around. We'll get the other side on and I'll show you what it looks like with them all back on. I'm really happy with these wheel nuts. So you can see all the paint's come off the key there. Yeah, it's really just a really good idea having the internal drive wheel nuts, because yeah, the problem with anodized wheel nuts is the key usually goes on the outside and it just strips off on all your anodizing. So having the internal drive's a really good idea, because if it does chip off any anodizing, it's in the middle, and then it doesn't really matter anyway, because you've got your end caps to go over to cover it if it does chip any off. So it just keeps them looking fresh and clean for a lot longer. And like I said, they're made of steel rather than aluminium, so they don't round off or strip or anything. Yeah, I'm just really happy with them. I think they're a really good product. So something I didn't realise when I fitted the wheel nuts is TGR actually recommend to use copper grease on the caps, which kind of makes sense because they're aluminium caps going into steel wheel nuts. So yeah, I'm just gonna pull all the caps off and put a little bit of copper grease around them, and then yeah, stick them back in. So there we go, copper grease on them. And then just going to put them back in, wind them back up. So I'm going to do that to all of them and then put it all back together. And yeah, I checked this arch and that one is pretty much as bad, almost as bad as the other side. It's not quite as bad, but yeah, I'm going to have to get the arches sorted at some point, and I don't think these skirts are held on very well. I think they're literally just glued on. So at some point when I've got a bit more time, I'm going to peel these skirts off and we'll see what hidden treasures are behind there. But for now, I'm going to just go clean the car and get these wheels clean, and then I'll show you around it and show you what it looks like with the 17s on it compared to the 15s.
Yeah, know I'm sturdy like a milli rocket. Skin clear, still look young, Andy Miller knockers. Money in my pocket, don't call me a money pocket. Engine get to rocket, it sound like a thunder rocket. Yeah, I still love my my baby even when it's toxic. Crazy like she Britney, but no, she don't shade the knock. Russell Wilson way I get low and stay in the pocket. I get paid and do my dance like a touchdown. I can't do no time, don't leave that gun around. In my teens, we were acting up and running around. Now we're grown, still get to it if it's necessary. On the ground from January to January. Never met nobody who retired when they were young. So I guess I gotta get it to the cemetery. Getting paid just for rapping is fun. I lit up around a month in every February. Told him side, no electric. It's getting hectic. 777. 777. Yeah. Told him slide, no electric.
So yeah, that's the 17s on. I really thought they were too big at first when I put them on, but now I've driven around in it for a few days. I actually really like the way they look. I think obviously it needs lowering a lot still because it is very, very high on the back, and yeah, there's a big gap on the back, so it still needs lowering a little bit. But yeah, I really like the way they look. They definitely look a lot cleaner despite the wheels not even being mint. I think I might even just, like, one day if I've got enough time, maybe just give them a quick like DIY spray job just to tidy them up a little bit. But yeah, like I said, they're just a temporary wheel just to get a feel of what what size wheel I want to go for. And yeah, I think like once the lip and everything is on and the whole car is at the same height, I think they'll look pretty cool. So yeah, I'm really happy with those. And yeah, the TGR wheel nuts are so cool. Yeah, if you look at the ones on the back, yeah, really nice. I really like those. Yeah, like I say, I'll drop a link to them in the description down below, and hopefully there'll be a discount by the time the video goes live. But yeah, really happy with those. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out. Thanks for watching.